To create the bag, what I need you to pay attention to is this place on fold. So what you're going to do is take your fabric, make sure you fold it to create the fold. Place your pattern so close to the edge of that place on fold, and then what you'll do is you will pin or actually add weights to make your cutting a lot quicker. I've added my weights to hold the pattern in place, and now what I'll do is just cut that top edge. Cut the top edge, remove the weights, and now you have a long piece of material. Your next step is to serge all edges. So serge, serge, serge the top, and serge the bottom. One thing that I didn't tell you though is very important is on your pattern, these are little stop signs. So when you are sewing your bag, after you serge, you will be actually sewing up at one point to that stop sign. So will all of you please, before you serge, use the chalk and mark out where the stop sign is for those side seams, as well as that fold line where you need to mark there, and on your bag, roughly mark where that fold is. There you can see I've created a marking on either side for my stop, and then a line across as this will be my fold line. Serged around all edges, and now I need to make sure I clip all loose threads. If you are having trouble seeing your fold mark, what you can do is use a seam gauge. The fold here on the pattern is 1 inch. So what you can do now is fold over on your fold line or else measure 1 inch. It's difficult to tell, but what I did is I folded to the wrong side of the fabric. So this is the good side, that's the finished side. I have 1, 2, 3 pins. It is 1 inch. I do the top, and then I come down and I do the bottom again, 3 pins. And now my goal is to sew close to the serged edge, but what I'm going to do is keep this lined up at just one below the 1 inch, which I think is the edge of the silver plate. And I'm going to sew on my good side so that I'm sewing close to that edge. And if I sew 1 notch below this 1 inch mark, so I'll zoom in, so 1 notch below, I will get that serging. So what I'm going to do is, now that I know that that will get it and be good, I'm going to flip it onto my good side so I can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to line up my edge of my fabric to that 1 notch below the 1 inch. So that little line there, or if you want, you could go to that line. You choose, so you're not looking at your needle, you're watching that line with the folded edge attached to that line. As I take my pins out, I put them into my pin cushion, just to keep yourself organized. I've sewn my line across. I kept the folded edge along the sewing guideline. I've done the top and I've done the bottom, and on the bad side you can see that it's like I've sewn right close to my serging. All right, now I take my bag, good sides together. I fold it in half. Oh, gotta make sure I trim all of these loose threads. I want you to make sure you pay attention to detail, trimming all those threads. And then what I'm going to do is add a presser foot. Here's my folded edge. I'm going to put 2 or 3 pins, and there's actually my stop sign. So at a presser foot, or a little bit greater than presser foot, so we don't catch that serging, I'm going to sew all the way up to there, back stitch there, both sides. All right, well, I sewed my side seams all the way up to the serging on both sides. I'm about to clip my threads, and then once I do, I'm going to flip my bag inside out. You will see that I have the casing that I'll be able to put the drawstring through. Using our black drawstring fabric, you're going to cut 2 36-inch pieces. There it is, 2 36-inch pieces. Using a safety pin and attaching it to the drawstring, you are going to weave the safety pin through the casing. You're going to weave one all the way around, and so both tails will come out. And then you'll weave another piece, your second piece, because you've got 2. You'll weave your second piece through the other opening all the way around, and 2 pieces will come out. So that's the first one. I put it all the way through and around, and it's come out, and I've tied a knot. And now I have my second string, and I'm going to go to the opposite side and weave it through all the way around. All right, there's my finished project. I have 2 drawstrings coming up on either side. And if I pull on either drawstring, the bag comes together. Ta-da!